Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play The Witcher 3 Hearts of Stone with Tears of Gaia. We're still here in the mansion, in Olgierd's mansion, where we're no, not in the real mansion. We're in the world of paintings. We're trying to unravel what's been going on here. We learned last time how Olgierd killed Aris's father because he declared the marriage for null and void. And I have no idea what's gonna happen next. But I can't wait to find out. Well, there's that guy again. Don't like him. We'll have to fight him later, I think.
I remember. We spent much time together here, the three of us.
In silence.
We'll take our places, the same as then.
You do the rest.
Okay. What we gotta do here is find out what part goes where.
Single place setting. No others on the table. Animal hair.
Looks like a pillow to me, but okay. Maybe there's animal hair on the pillow.
Claw scratches. Small bowl. For soup, maybe.
And a large bowl.
Clay bowl. Ladder.
What now? What were you carrying? I think the large bowl, maybe.
Probably not right.
Probably not, says Geralt.
Perfect match.
Okay. That person was carrying a food tray. There goes the large bowl to the
I
dog.
think this was yours.
And where's the cat? She's there, so she gets the small bowl.
There we go. You actually ate from these bowls?
Of course not. I already told you, we're not animals.
But the caretaker would set them out all the same, as ordered.
Another monstrosity. I begged you to stop this. Those two are too many as it is.
The dog and cat keep you company. This one will protect you, care for the house, no matter what happens.
Before, I wished to know what was going on in that head of yours. I thought perhaps I could help. Now, I care not the slightest what you think or how you feel.
I feel nothing.
Just as I no longer know if I still hate you. Go, Olgierd. I want you out of my sight.
Olgierd von Everec failed to understand we'd never be able to replace him.
His spectre now casts a shadow over Lady Iris's every remembrance. We're almost at our journey's end.
What's there?
Iris von Everec's greatest fear.
I got a feeling that her greatest fear is actually Olgierd. And the guy who was carrying the food platter was the caretaker. I realized too late that it was actually him. Where do I have to go? Downstairs again? No, it's upstairs. I thought that would be odd if I had to go back down. I'm scared. I don't want to face the fear. I have my own fears. Don't need... God damn it. don't need Iris's fear as well. But okay. Here we go. I'm gonna face it. I'm gonna be brave. Not here, though. Where actually? Well, running in circles. That's getting us nowhere. Oh, there it's gonna... Okay, Iris's greatest fear. is on the table.
My dearest wife, letters from Olgierd to Iris, were I only as skilled with words as I am with my blade, especially now, when an icy void grips my heart. I see how you look at me, and I see you wither. I cannot help you, but I believe I can cease harming you. This letter and this rose are my farewell. May you live in health, and remember but the good times, Olgierd.
That's actually from when he left. Oh no. I was hoping the candles would not go out. Interesting. Yeah, of course it's Olgierd. A bunch of Olgierds. Okay. Guys, the fights in this expansion are really hefty. I've been trying for a long time. I think now I have nailed down a strategy. Which is gonna involve countering everything he does. My mistake before was that I accidentally hit one of the bystanders there, and once they get involved, things just get really ugly.
Live happily ever after.
There you go, that's way better. I know it's only one,
Goodbye.
but that's a good start. Let him charge. And then you can counter easily. Land 3 solid hits. Until he spits his stupid thing there. It only works with the first 2 guys, I think. Because this one charges with... Well, it would have worked with this one as well. It doesn't just charge with the glowing sword. Because as you saw, as you just witnessed, it is not an attack that you can easily counter. And you shouldn't try for that matter, or else he's gonna hit you like he did twice already to me.
Get him. Time to end this.
What's really hard for me is that you never know which attack is coming for you. You only know with this guy. It's impossible to counter though. Oh no, he's not. Yes! That was pretty great. Now we got this one.
That's dangerous. How long you gonna make me wait?
This one can only be countered, or else you stand no chance at all.
You one day to do tasks. Live
But
happily
still,
ever
don't try to counter his glowing attacks. Geralt is not doing what I want him to. That was great.
You undo the delusion, you'll complete your tasks.
Ooh, that was actually pretty awesome. Now for the last one. I'm thinking, oh no, my toxicity is too high. He's gonna be the hardest of them all, I guess.
You undo the delusion.
It's pretty good. Get out of the way, Geralt.
That's a dangerous man deal with Witcher. You undo the
Lost your nerve?
complete your tasks.
Can I get a little wet reference, please? Oh, I can't.
Happily ever after.
That's giving me the confidence to actually try and kill him at least.
That's a dangerous man you've chosen to be, Witcher.
Oh, there you go! Finally! Olgierd is a pretty skilled sword fighter, or at least his doppelgangers were. But my strategy paid off after like the 10th try or so. Just rely on what you know.
You're not him.
Let's hope I'm
Wait,
not.
I want to talk.
Not here. Not in this place.
What I've done for you, Iris. You can't believe it. This was worse than hell.
I'm sorry. I mistook you for another.
For Olgierd?
I thought he'd returned. To me.
What are you? A ghost? An illusion?
I am sadness.
Plain and simple. We've met before, Sadness.
Saw you before, but you weren't yourself. And I saw you again in your memories.
We've met. I don't recall. I had bad dreams. That is all I know.
I've come for the rose.
I've come for the violet rose Olgierd gave you.
On the day we saw one another for the last time, I dried it and placed it in our chamber at my bedside. I lay there for days, staring at it, until at last it crumbled into dust, as did I soon after.
So, the rose is gone?
Not from this world. Look, you buried my body and the flowers bloomed once more. And I was held in a deep, dark sleep. Only now have I awoken, just like my beautiful rose. When you placed the sketchbook on my grave, I remembered learning to draw my husband's face. Tell me, how is Olgierd? Healthy? Does he fare well?
I don't know. He has a powerful enemy, that's for sure.
Your husband's got a powerful enemy. Gaunter O'Dim. Know the name?
I curse the day I first heard it.
Who is he, and how'd he step into your lives?
It's my fault. It was for me Olgierd summoned the Man of Glass. And it was my fault he wished for riches, then immortality for us both. Olgierd will best O'Dim, won't he? Now tell me, how is my husband?
I don't think that Olgierd will best Odin. He doesn't deserve your concern.
Shouldn't worry about him at all. He's no longer the man you loved.
So his heart remains hardened. And did Olgierd mention me? What did he say?
Not much, but I didn't ask about you. He just sent me to retrieve the rose.
The rose? The last I have left of him? His last gift?
I don't think she was giving it to me. I wouldn't if I was her. Then again, there's only bitterness now. The rose is more than a memento.
Got a feeling the rose is important to you, more than a memento.
I remember so little. Yet when I think of my rose, I begin to recall what was. The world around me turns real, and my eyes open wide and I recognize things. Remember who I am and who I was.
Friend once told me about a case like this. Could be strong emotions that bind you to the rose, feelings we witchers call pins. They're what keeps you in this world.
Like an insect pinned in a collection case. Horrible.
Exactly.
But to be honest, if I take the rose, you might cease to exist, as might the world you built around you.
And what will happen then? Shall I be free of the suffering, the sadness? Is it the void that awaits?
I don't know.
I don't wish to suffer any longer, but I fear there will be cold and darkness until there is nothing at all.
Can you give me the rose?
I need the rose. Will you give it to me?
It's so fragile. Look, the petal edges have turned crimson, as they were on the day I received it. The one thing missing is the single drop of dew which slid down the leaf when I took the rose in hand. Or was it blood? Because I pricked my finger? I can't remember. You know, I never did read the letter from Olgierd. I didn't have to. And I needn't have kept the flower he left me. I've come to a decision. I shall give you the rose.
Our service thus ends. Thank you, stranger, for freeing us.
Before we go, some advice. Beware of the one called the Man of Glass. Stand in his way, and you'll meet a fate worse than death. Seek salvation in glass that can't be broken.
Glass that can't be broken?
So long.
Like a crystal? I don't know what they're talking about.
I'll remember you, Iris von Everec.
That no longer matters. Farewell.
Geralt, you should hurry. Even he might dissolve. I think. Wouldn't make sense otherwise. I'm pretty certain this sadness is gonna be over soon. Dear Iris. Well, thank you for that. You really showed me another side of Olgierd. Or, not really another side. And I should be using white honey because I toxicated myself pretty much. Or wait, I could just also just meditate. I'm badly hurt. Okay, normally we would end this session here. But because I have tried so many times with this fight, I actually have no idea how long this episode is gonna get. So what I actually want to do is go to Olgierd and tell him what we found. Wait a minute. Maybe I should take a look at the map from time to time, because there's Roach. Whatsoever a man soweth. Meet Olgierd. Yeah. Olgierd's men. And maybe we should read his character entry, because it was changed for sure. Where is Olgierd? Oh, we have an entry on Iris. When Geralt visited Olgierd von Everec to hear his third and final wish, he learned the rough and rowdy ataman had once been married. At some point he had left his wife, however, and gave her a violet rose as a parting gift. Geralt's task was to find this rose somewhere in the von Everec's abandoned manor. When he arrived there, he discovered the estate was haunted by a malicious wraith tied to Olgierd's wife, Iris, who had died of loneliness years prior. Her rage and remorse now filled her former house with evil energy. Geralt gathered up Iris's remains and buried them in the manor's garden. He did this both out of simple human decency and cold calculation, for he knew this act would calm her unsettled spirit and lead him to the violet rose. During the funeral, a now quieted Iris appeared to Geralt and took him on a journey to a world which existed only in her mind. This painted world consisted of her fears and memories, which Geralt now had to confront. Iris von Everec's memories first recalled happy days spent in Olgierd's company, then became darker and darker. In fact, even the sunnier ones had an ominous cloud hanging over them, an uneasy feeling something horrible would soon happen. Iris von Everec had been a sensitive woman and noted subtle changes in her husband's behavior. She had lacked the courage, however, to delve into their cause. Olgierd von Everec's heart had turned to stone, turning him into a monster. Iris hated what her husband had become, but could not stop loving him. The couple endured together in a painful cohabitation until Olgierd ended it by abandoning his wife. Iris never came to terms with their separation, could not, in fact, even bring herself to read her husband's farewell letter. Yet the violet rose he gave her upon leaving she kept, making it a focal point for all the longing and love raging in her soul. When she died, these unresolved feelings kept her spirit in this world and continued to cause her suffering. And we ended the suffering by taking the rose. So I guess it's not that bad. Wait a moment. From a Cyclops? Granting Olgierd's wishes had proven difficult but rewarding, for Geralt now knew a great deal more about the unusual nobleman, and the story that unfolded could have jerked tears from a Cyclops. Once upon a time, Olgierd fell hopelessly in love with Iris, a beautiful young lady from a well-off family. Her parents accepted his proposal of marriage, and all seemed set for a happy ending when a storm of misfortune suddenly broke over the von Everec family. A chain of bad decisions and a few years of bad harvests had left the once wealthy family deeply in debt. Then the Borsodis purchased his debt and, with their brutal enforcement of its terms, drove the von Everecs into utter bankruptcy. After this, Iris's parents changed their mind about their daughter's future husband, revoking their approval of Olgierd and betrothing Iris to an Ophira prince who had come to study in Oxenford. Out of desperation, Olgierd turned to Master Mirror, and soon won back his coin, influence, and most importantly, his betrothed. All seemed well until he discovered his wish's unwanted side effect. His heart was slowly hardening into stone. Now I get it. Now the Witcher was on the verge of bringing the pact between Olgierd and Master Mirror to completion. Did this mean everything would soon be as it once was? Geralt was not sure. One question kept nagging him. What was that something very personal Gaunter Odim intended to collect from Olgierd? That's a really interesting question, and I want answers. So, we are gonna travel to Oxenford now. And I'll meet up with you guys there. Okay, now, let's go and see Olgierd's men and let's hear what they have to say. Where we'll meet him, and what's next. Whatever.
2 points, and be quick about it.
Oh, please, good sir, a bit of courtesy.
So I look up, and Bob's your uncle. He downs half the barrel in one draught.
Geralt, over here.
Oh, it's Gaunter Odim, of course.
Oi, wait your looks. Use the look of a man who knows how to drink.
Thanks. Some other time.
Here now. Don't make me beg. My treat.
Now look at that. What a display of power. So he can stop time. Why am I not surprised?
Show off.
Of course I am. Wouldn't you be? Time's a marvelous plaything.
And a great spice to use in gingerbread.
So, you were listening. Indeed, occasionally I find time manipulation irresistible. Controlling it offers so many appetizing opportunities. Like spiking the soup of unsavory individuals with appropriately ghastly things.
You control time, or is it just a trick?
You actually control time, or is this just some conjurer's trick?
What difference does it make?
A big one.
Let us say time has always fascinated me, so I taught myself how best to use it.
Why time of all things?
Geralt, there are 4 dimensions. Length, width, height, and time. What would you have me fall in love with? Width? Come now.
Yeah, might be good to control width as well, though I could think of some uses.
Who are you really?
Gaunter Odim, also known...
Not what I'm asking.
Ah, so you'd rather know what it is I do. In brief, I give folk what they ask for. You might say, I simply grant their wishes.
So you're a djinn.
That'd be downright noble if you didn't always demand something in return.
Law of the market. I was not the one to coin the phrase, nothing comes free.
You're not human, that's clear. So what are you? A demon? A djinn?
Do you really wish to know?
Yes.
No, Geralt. You don't. This one time I shall spare you and not grant your wish. All who have learned my true name are now either dead or have met an even worse fate. Yet I still need you.
From what we know about djinns, they don't like to mingle with human. So he would be a big exception at that. But it could be. It could be. Why are you even here?
So, to what do I owe the pleasure?
I wanted to congratulate you. You acquitted yourself splendidly with Olgierd. In fact, you've almost satisfied your debt.
Was supposed to fulfill his 3 wishes. Did just that. This is where you remove the brand, 'cause we're even.
Nearly. To fulfill the terms of the contract to the letter, you must do one more thing. Draw Olgierd to the Temple of Lilvani.
We never discussed that.
Oh, but we did. As a man of the world, you should know that every contract contains a catch or two. Small print, which, nevertheless, changes the ultimate meaning of the pact. This applies to oral contracts as well. Recall that I said, and I quote, "I believe, however, that all will end well, and once it does, we 3 shall meet and thank one another for the voyage we shared." End quote.
Yeah, I remember.
Word for
Fulfill
word.
your end of the bargain, and I will remove the brand. That was the last time you interrupted me while I was talking to someone.
Wah! The spoon.
What the devil? Why is there a fly in my soup? Was waiting. Had an eye out for you. Didn't see you come in. How is it you're here?
I'm quick.
I'm a witcher. Superhuman quickness. Just one of my many qualities.
You tossed this fly in my soup?
No. Now listen carefully. Tell your Ataman to come to the Temple of Lilvani. It's south of here. Entrance is inside a cave.
What's the commotion?
Lilvani's temple. Got it?
Aye, got it. Hold there! Your friend, the medic, she were here. Ask that you look in on her.
Thanks.
Of course. It is time. It is time that I go and see Sean.
He were there, alive, a moment ago.
Blind drunk he was. Maybe he fainted.
He fainted on a spoon.
Watcher in the house. No wonder folk are dropping.
Well, we learned a lot about Gontro Dim today as well. Seems like we're learning in every episode now. Next time we shall learn something about Shawnee, I think, and then meet Olgierd at the Lilvani Temple. What else is there to do? Well, not much. I will have to search for more diagrams with Ophiri for the Ophiri gear, and then maybe craft it and get more enchantments. But we'll do all of that next time. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to leave a comment, leave a like, and if you want to get notified about my next episode, then you should subscribe to my channel. See you next time.